We're back. I'm bringing the energy. You're giving me nothing.
I was trying to decide if that was a Jack Black or Adam Sandler. It could have gone either way.
Go!
They're currently on Comedy Central. It's like I feel like every weekend is just an Adam Sandler movie weekend.
Yeah.
And
which is earned.
Yeah, me and Abby were talking about it and trying to classify his movies into like what categories. And I split mine kind of into like young Adam Sandler and then like dad Adam Sandler, because there's a very distinct line.
I thought you were just trying to say what genre there's. Like, it's comedy.
No, like era probably.
Well, like, what's the best Adam Sandler era?
Not the best, but like, what's your favorite of each one?
That's really good point. Waterboy is one of the most underrated, in my opinion. That one is so stupid.
I think the most underrated one is Little Nicky, to be honest.
I like that one too. That one, it's a little more subtle, hilariously enough.
It's true.
Like, when you think about his movies, Little Nicky is a little bit more subtle than Waterboy. Waterboy's just like, Jesus Christ.
That is true. But also, you're like, Kathy Bates decided to be in this?
Dude, love her. Fantastic. Shout out Kathy Bates. Come on the pod.
She has to have won like an Oscar, right?
I think she definitely did for
I feel we sound like fucking idiots, just being like, what do you have to be between?
For Annie. Curly redheaded fuck. Dude, we were riffing so hard. He Who Shall Not Be Named and Indigo were here over the weekend. And I got to tell you, as fun as this podcast is and as much as you and I riff and have a good time, there is nothing better than riffing in person.
Oh, 100%.
It like, when you're recording, it ends and there's like weird like lulls and stuff like that. And that happens in real life too. But it's because you're in person and there's no time limit and you can feed off of each other. The riffs are just so much more intense.
Oh, yeah. I would say some of the funniest things I've ever heard were us just like either in Benson at the bars or like just sitting on like a sectional couch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because you're doing like, it'll start with a wordplay pun and then it'll get into you'll create like scenes. That's my favorite type of riffing, where you just immediately you say something and then you go into a scene, but you don't say, pretend it was this, and then you just start doing it as if it's actually happening. That's my favorite. Like, you're actually riffing the actual scene.
I do have to. I started out, I was doing a bit with Abby, and it kind of it's about. So Pickles likes to play fight just to get his energy out because he's a golden doodle puppy, and so I've made this elaborate storyline how I need his puppy teeth to make, you know how they're shark tooth necklaces? But they're just puppy teeth. And then went in to explain supply and demand to him while he's trying to bite my hands.
What's the significance of the teeth? It gives you eternal puppy energy. Well, you feeling low energy at work? Try puppy teeth.
I was more doing for like...
You grind them up.
For like style, you know? Like
just style. They're just brown and yellow.
Have the like shark tooth necklaces. Instead, they need puppy dog teeth.
Yeah, that's true. He
would not give me his puppy dog teeth, even though I said we could get high prices.
He was just not having it.
No,
the prices weren't high enough.
He just kept biting my hands.
Christian's just lowballing his own dog. Look, I can get these way cheaper. I'm giving you a deal here. He's like, Bork, no.
He was like, you cannot have my puppy dog teeth.
I need them to bite you.
And I was like, what about if we could get such a good price where you wouldn't even have to chew your food? We could get someone to chew your food.
We actually get a baby bird to baby bird his food to him.
It's like that coffee where like the animal eats it and like poops it out, so it's supposed to be better.
Coffee?
Yeah, you've heard that.
You drinking shit coffee?
It's supposed to be the best coffee in the world. I can't even afford shit coffee. It's a real thing.
May as well just eat ass after a bout of diarrhea.
It's got to be very particular, like this animal from like the Amazon forest.
Interesting. It's just like a lemur.
I,
Jumping tree to tree, just dropping little turds as they go. You're like, catch it! Don't let it hit the ground. If it hits the ground, it's no good. We need it fresh.
there's all these, just like a factory full of lemurs with diapers.
Zabumofu! Remember that show?
Dude.
That's what they were actually doing with that lemur. They were just collecting his turds to make it coffee.
I'm just at the Omaha Zoo trying to feed coffee beans to the lemur.
You're sitting under them.
Sir, get out of here.
You're standing under him with a Zestos cone. Give me that swirl, baby. Oh my god.
We did recently just have Zestos.
I knew it, dude. If you're going to the zoo, you're stopping at Zestos.
No, well, there's not that Zestos. There's
They got rid of it?
They got rid of it. They moved it to downtown.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's in Nodo, North downtown.
Interesting.
But there's one in Lincoln, like just a mile away from our house, like that looks old as shit kind of thing, and they only take cash.
Yep. Isn't that kind of like what Dairy Chef does? Remember that place?
Yeah, very
Dairy
similar.
Chef is the same. It's no Zestos though.
No. And so we were like last night. We're like, oh, let's go get it. We're like, actually, the weather's too nice. That place is gonna like be an hour wait for ice cream. So
at Zestos.
Yeah.
Did you go to what's the one in Benson? The one that took over the shop, Ted and Wally's. Did you go there?
No, we stay in Lincoln.
You didn't drive 45 minutes to get ice cream?
No.
We did that last night. We were like, you guys have to have After's ice cream, and we were like on the other side of town.
Where's After's at?
It's literally 10 minutes from our house.
Oh,
but we were on the other side of town, so it was like a 35-minute drive.
On the way then. You had to get home eventually. No, we had Runza right now has dollar cones.
Oh my god, I miss dollar Runza cones.
I don't know how. Like the funny thing was, like a month ago, I was bitching. I was like, they don't have dollar cones anymore, and then they popped up, and I was like, well,
they heard you.
Now they do.
Well, you're a stakeholder now because you've been there so much. Yeah, so they got to listen to you.
It is funny because we're like, why is Runza so busy at like 8:00 at night? And then we're like, oh, dollar cones.
Dollar cones are back, baby.
And we went and got a dollar cone.
That's another reason to stand for Runza because they have the dollar cones, and then in the wintertime, they do the temperature Tuesdays for Runzas. Oh, yes. So whatever the temperature is outside, that's how many cents that Runza is.
Yeah, and you gotta
I'm like, that's such a good deal.
Then you got to pay for like the fries and drink, but like you're getting a pretty good meal for like $3.
It's fantastic, man. I can't wait to come back and eat that.
During law school, I would eat that for lunch and dinner.
Go and spend you're spending $6.
Because there was a Runza not too far away from the law school, and so like for $6, like I probably could feed myself for like $6, but for that nice of a meal, I would just go get it for lunch and dinner,
and then you can just use the same cup and refill it.
Well, no, you still have to buy the meal.
Oh shit!
But again,
dude, my face muscles hurt so bad. Like I literally have muscle cramps in my cheeks from laughing so hard this weekend. We went to Don't Tell Comedy last night.
Yeah. Well, you're also probably dehydrated because you're hungover.
Very hungover, yes. I didn't even drink last night. I had 2 seltzers at the comedy show, but I'm just hungover from Thursday and Friday.
Oh, you're just like the delayed hangover,
like the lack of sleep hangover.
Oh, actually, I would say that is what most of my hangovers are now. Is I think it's not as alcohol related because I don't go as hard, but it's just like the lack of sleep just really gets me. Thursday
in particular was terrible for me because they got into town at like 11 or 10 or 11 p.m. And then, of course, we haven't seen each other for so long, so we're up riffing all night. And before you know it, I'm blackout drunk, and I look at the clock, and it is 4:30 a.m. I have to work Friday morning.
You didn't take Friday off?
No, because I was the only leader here. Everybody else is on vacation.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't miss. So yeah, I went upstairs at like 5, woke up at 7:30, and worked an entire 8-hour shift. I was still actively feeling, drunk from the night before, but I wasn't because I hydrated. It's just because I was so
Sleep
lack of sleep.
deprived. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Friday night, drank again, went out to a nice fancy Italian place and got a bunch of pasta because Indigo was carbo loading for her marathon. Half marathon. Yeah. It was awesome. It was a great weekend. But yeah, my cheeks are killing me. And then Don't Tell Comedy was awesome, dude. I wish you would have been here too, because it was in Covina. So
Oh, that's really
it was
nice.
12 minutes from home. And it was in this tiny little one room record store. They had like records and VHSs.
Yeah.
Called Spinning Plates Records. It was awesome, dude. It was so much fun.
Are the Don't Tells there BYOB?
Yes.
That's what I love about the Don't Tells, because they're usually like weird places where you're like, this exists where I live, and then you're just bringing like a grocery sack of like Busch Lights with you.
The amount of trash beers that were in there were just exquisite. I loved it.
You're not taking good stuff there.
No. Although somebody did pull out a big fucking can of Sapporo, which I was like, hell yes. That is righteous.
That's right. So Don't Tell, pretty good comedians.
Yeah, really, really great. I had only ever heard of the headliner, Dan Donahue, but everybody else was really fucking funny.
I do love how, at least with like the way they advertise Don't Tells, are very much being like, oh, this comedian, like, all these big name comedians can be there. And I was like, yeah, they're not going to be in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
But for you legitimately have a shot. Like, we've talked ad nauseum about it on this podcast. So, but yeah, legitimately, because that's where all the stars are. Where we didn't know that Patton show like was going to be pop off that hard.
Yeah, it was incredible, and I thought it was really interesting because I don't know anything about how the Don't Tell works. I've heard of it and I've seen clips on Instagram and stuff, but at the end of it, he said, if anybody in the crowd has a place or knows of a place that we can do one of these, reach out to us and let us know. And I was like, should I do it at my house?
I don't know if
because he said backyards.
Yeah.
But that's what Abby said. She was like, do not bring 40 strangers into our house.
Well, kind of related, me and Abby were talking about, we were joking about Facebook Marketplace and like how we don't sell anything on Facebook because I don't want people coming to my home.
Yeah, it is a real concern.
Like, at least with yours, you're like, the way your house is set up, they don't necessarily know. Like, if you were to put something out on the corner, houses are so compact where you live that like no one's really going to know which house is yours that you're putting it out on. But like ours, like, it's a little easier to tell.
Yeah, I'm also not worried because if anybody starts acting up, I'll just close all the gates and drown them in the pool. Don't
like
tell.
Like the squirrels?
Yes, exactly.
Was it squirrels? What did drown in your pool?
Yeah, it was squirrels. I've had to pull out 2 or 3 squirrels and numerous lizards.
Do you just yeet them over the wall?
Oh, I thought you said eat. I was like, yeah, I just eat them. No. I wring them out and make a little yakitori off of them. Little squirrel yakitori for Din Din.
Oh.
Serve it up, baby, with a acorn sauce, if you will.
You don't have trees that have acorns, though, really, do you?
I don't think so. I wouldn't know. There's a tree out back that's always blooming something, and the squirrels eat it too quick. Maybe it is acorns.
We have like too many fucking acorns in our front yard.
Bring them over, dude. I'll make you some squirrel stir fry or something.
A little hibachi it.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's go.
I did. Oh, I bought a lemon tree.
Hey,
which is a very impractical thing for me to buy.
That's true. I was just rooting for you, and I was like, oh wait, that's not going to survive.
No, I put it in a pot, like a really big pot, and it has like a little baby lemon so far.
Oh, great.
So like, I'm probably essentially paying like $35 for a lemon. But the plan is to put like little wheels on it and like bring it inside during the
Yeah, that's a
winter
good
and then
idea.
like wheel it out during the summer and
Keep it next to the window, but far enough away so it doesn't get the coldness.
yeah, that's what
That'll
we
be
do
good.
with our Hawaiian plants and so because we have a nice little bay window that has like a shelf. I don't know, a seat shelf.
Shouldn't you have said aloha plants? I don't think you can
It's
say
only for the
Hawaiian
shirt.
plants.
Plants from Hawaii. Is that better?
There you go. There you go. Food from Mexico.
Food from Mexico.
It's like, it's from here. They made it here.
People.
Can we say people from Texas are dumb?
Are we SpongeBob?
Yes. Yes, we are.
SpongeBob. Speaking
SpongeBob. Speaking of, dude, I wish I could make that announcement. It hasn't come through yet.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Soon, people.
Soon. Keep being patient. It's going to be a couple years, but just be patient. By the time that episode comes out, we'll have disemboweled this podcast.
Disemboweled.
What's the disbarred? You're banned from the. I don't know. Fucking words, dude. I'm hungover. I don't know anything.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, it's also one of those things for you of like now. It's probably great that people come visit, but now it's like, well, now we have to do all the things we were meant to do the last few days.
Yep.
And cram them into an afternoon.
It's always on Sundays, which is hilarious because we always film on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I have essentially from whenever we're done with this until 8 p.m. to get every single chore done for the week.
And you just want to fucking relax.
And all I want to do is do nothing. But
yeah.
Hey, that's showbiz, baby.
That's the LA lifestyle. Sunday fun day.
Goddamn right. We did have a really great pool day yesterday too.
Is it nice there now?
Yeah, it was probably 85 degrees yesterday.
Ooh.
And the water was 72 degrees.
Ooh.
Perfect.
That was a good pool. Was not a good pool day when I came and visited.
It was not. Dude, I'm telling you, the water's freezing, dude. No, I don't care. I'm going swimming. Dude, another little spider.
What's your social security number?
Infestation.
Now, it's been weird weather here. Like, it was actually really nice yesterday. It was like 75 and sunny, but like it's rained pretty much every day for the last week.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
But also, like, the fucking homeowner in me is like, well, my grass looks so good.
Sitting out there, we needed this.
It's been.
Meanwhile, it's flooding people's basements. Yeah, we needed this.
We needed this. Like, the farmers, they need this for the crops.
Wouldn't that be so ironic because you just finished your basement?
No, I made sure it's all sealed up before we actually finished it.
There you go.
Because we did have a small leak.
Yeah.
But that's all patched up.
Oh, man. That was good. Good weekend,
I'm going back to my Adam Sandler thing.
Oh, yeah. What was the question?
So from each era of Adam Sandler, so what I'm considering like young Adam Sandler and the dad Adam Sandler. The cutoff being grown-ups, right around grown-ups, whatever year that was. I think that's a good cutoff.
I would say young Adam Sandler's best is SNL.
Just SNL in general?
Mm-hmm. Him on SNL was one of the best performances that I've ever seen from him. That's when I really was like, okay, this guy rules.
Yeah.
Movies-wise, I would say young Adam Sandler is probably... Oh, man. I'd probably say Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
For me. That one's good. Billy Madison is really, really good, too. Happy Gilmore's a little bit more actual movie, whereas Billy Madison is just a remake of Rodney Dangerfield. Going back to school.
Yeah, but I feel like I would say for me, Billy Madison, because I quote it more.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is more quotable, but I always say you eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
That's true.
I say that a lot.
And well, they're making the second Happy Gilmore. They just released that trailer.
I'm excited.
I'm curious.
Did you see Eminem is going to be in it?
So many people are going to be in it.
What the fuck?
It is a very star-studded like cast.
He can do that now.
He can do that. And I was thinking, I was like, I hope it's good. I really
It will
hope
be.
it. I think it will be, because he's waited this long to make a second one. He's not gonna make a terrible one.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Hubie Halloween 2.
We could only hope for it, man.
Ugh, I hope it's just Hubie Halloween 3 under a different name. That would be the ultimate bait and switch.
They just made a fake trailer for Happy Gilmore's.
Yeah. But anyways, he who should not be named and Indigo came over to visit and to run her marathon, and they brought their new little pup.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
not a little pup, by the way.
No,
that thing is
big.
giant.
Doodles get big.
Yeah, giant. And we were home alone with their dog while they were out doing the marathon and stuff.
You're like, what do I do with this?
I've never had a dog in the house ever, like in my life.
Wow. Yeah. I grew up with dog. I grew up with pets. Well, you grew up with a cat that you were allergic to.
Many cats that I was allergic to, but cats are, at least they'll leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But he's a puppy, so he's got all this crazy energy and he wants attention constantly.
Let me tell you about this great business deal. Puppy dog teeth necklaces.
It's right here. Go to the website.
Here's our Etsy.
No wonder Indigo came home and we were upset.
Just all the dog's teeth.
Yeah, he must have just lost them. He doesn't just lose his baby teeth all at once, dude. They don't just fall out. It's not like shedding skin for a snake. I wish he didn't have teeth at this point, because while we were home alone with the dog, he wanted attention, and I'm just not used to that much attention. So I was just trying to sit and watch TV, and he was not having it. So he would come up to me and he would put his paws on me, but then he'd rest his head on my lap and bite my penis. And I was like, this dog needs to have his teeth on a necklace. This is insane. What are you doing? 6 or 7 times in a row.
That's on you for putting peanut butter on your balls.
I had a little rash, dude. It's the only thing that helps. I didn't know dogs like that. But anyways, so they come home from the marathon. It's midnight. Yeah. And I'm telling, we're going over their day. They ask how it was with their dog and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it was really fun. Although he kept biting my dick, and without skipping a beat, Indigo just looks at me and goes, yeah, he does that. I was like, you can't just say, yeah, he does that to that. That would be a nice warning. Would have been nice.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. Hope you don't have a couple of 2-year-olds laying around. He also eats 2-year-old. Anything under 2, he eats. So you're lucky you don't have. Yeah, he brings on the plague of locusts. So he just does that. It's you can't just say, yeah, he bites dicks and then leave.
Well, they left without telling you. Be like, hey, that would have been funny. They're out leaving out the door. They're like, okay, we're leaving. Have a good day. And right as they close the door, they yell, he bites dicks.
They barricade the door from the outside.
What? What do you mean he bites? What? I need more context.
He bites what?
I need more context.
I didn't get the memo.
Well, that's definitely there. Pickles does not bite dicks. He just bites hands.
There you go.
But it's because of the puppy dog teeth necklace.
Yeah. He's still mad about it.
Yeah, Pickles is getting to the age, though, where he'll probably 23.5 hours of the day, super chill, half an hour, just a dick.
Yeah.
And then I have to fight him.
It really must be a doodle thing, because their dog was biting hands and arms and dicks, and yeah, it was insane. I was like, what are you doing, dude? He also does this thing where he goes and laps up a gallon of water.
Yep.
And he's got this big beard, and without waiting, he'll go straight from the bowl straight to your lap, and just it's a furry waterfall of drool water. I'm like, God damn it, dude! This is my 3rd pair of shorts today. So, I came in the first one because he bit my dick.
That is so for Pickles, we bought him this special bowl so he can still it has a floating thing on top that so we can still drink. but he can't do that big gulp of like get all the water in his mouth. So because he was just like not throwing it up, but like just getting it all over our nice hardwood floors. And so we're like, we gotta quit. But yeah, he still gets like a wet beard, and then just lays it right on your lap.
Do the reverse beard where you keep him like full fur, but you just shave around his, so you just bald around the face. he went to the wrong turkey to get hair plugs. Oh fuck,
Fu Manchu.
Oh shit, that's so good.
How was it having a dog around?
It was good. I got used to it.
Yeah,
but it was definitely very, very different for me. Very strange.
I can see that.
And I also still have like childhood trauma because I've been chased by 3 dogs and attacked by one of them. And so it's like I still have a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to dogs.
Yeah.
Where even little ones, if they start getting like too hyper or too aggressive, I get a little skittish.
Yeah.
So with that dog being 110 pounds and likes to nip and bite and is very, very athletic and active, I'm like, it makes me a little nervous.
I can see that. Even though you're like, this thing is just 100 pounds of fluff.
Yeah, just floofy and sweet and just likes to play, but I just never know because it's an animal. I never know if that's going to like switch.
Yeah, that is true. Like you still have to remember they are not wild. Like they're fairly domesticated, but like I would never like have like a possum in my house.
As much as you'd want one.
I know. Well, it would just be the pure heartbreak of them only living for like 3 years.
Really? Even domesticated?
Yeah, they don't live very long. They have very short lifespans.
Turtles, on the other hand.
Well, yeah, turtles can live.
They live forever.
Well, you know what lives forever? Parrots. Parrots live to be like 80.
And shame and regret.
I would never own a bird generally, though.
No, I hate birds. That's another thing. I'm kind of scared of dogs. I am terrified of birds.
Like all birds?
Any bird. I don't like them.
I'm just like, I don't know. Just, not a fan. They're annoying. They're loud, especially now because like it's nice out. And like you probably do as well. Like you have your windows open. And you wake up at like the first light of day. It's just chirps.
Just nonstop. And the thing is that if it was a different sound all the time, I wouldn't care. It's the repetitive, like single chirps that get me. Beep,
yeah.
Beep. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I get so mad.
Do we need to replace the batteries and the smoke detector?
I've been hearing it the entire time. No, I don't.
Also, I don't.
That's how tightly
just
wound I am.
Fly away.
Right. That and just the sound of wings flapping is so disgusting to me.
Especially
I hate that.
Flying turkey. You know okay, you know how you can hear like you're talking about a bird flapping, like a normal sized bird, like a bird
like a pigeon.
Yeah. You know how loud that is?
Yeah.
Now imagine it's a fucking turkey.
Dude, I think we talked about
terrifying.
I think we talked about that where I was like, that would legitimately sound like Jeepers Creepers flying over you.
It was.
Just whoosh.
Yeah.
That's a big bird to get up there.
That's a lot. That's hauling a lot of weight.
I guess that's what happens when you're taking a stroll down Sesame Street.
Big bird.
Exactly.
Well, we do have a man who lives in a trash can.
That's Bob.
I do. Very not politically correct term. There is a like, I don't want to call it a forest, but like an area that they couldn't develop land on because like a creek goes through it for like flooding purposes. But it's very like tree heavy.
Yeah.
But I call it the homeless forest now.
Okay, I thought you were saying it's not politically correct to call it a forest. I was like,
no.
I didn't know that was politics related.
No, but but it has a nice running path through it.
You have to call it tree dense.
The orchard. No.
There you go. That's more Nebraska. The orchard.
Well, no, it's not. It's technically not an orchard either because I feel like orchards is trees that produce.
Not an apple in sight.
What's the difference between a grove and an orchard?
I think one is citrus and one is stone fruit.
Stone fruit?
I'm pretty sure. Look that up.
Are apples stone fruit? I've never heard.
We'll never know. There's no way to find out. Don't Google that.
Don't Google.
Just take my word for it.
So is my house now a grove with my wood?
Yes, exactly. You have one citrus tree.
I figured a lemon tree was better. The other option was an orange tree. I figured lemon was easier.
Probably easier and also probably more usable.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, I don't really eat oranges that much. I love orange, like fresh orange juice.
Yeah.
But with lemons, I use lemon for everything. I use it in water. I use it for cooking.
I would have got a lime tree. Lime tree, I thought, for me, would be the most. But Abby's like, I don't like limes. And I was like, well, then we'll get a lemon tree.
Well, I'll just go fuck myself. Just get so mad.
I've been using that term more often of, I'll just go fuck myself.
It's like, I don't know. Sure. I don't know anything. I get so tightly wound up that I'm mad at birds. I'm just like, I'll just go fuck myself for every inconvenience.
Just the minors of inconvenience.
Oh yeah. You don't agree with every word. You don't think I know what an apple orchard is? I'll just go fuck myself.
I don't know what a stone fruit is.
It's something that grows out of the stones. Like it's stone heavy soil.
Oh, okay. I was like, you mean dandelions is grown out of
that's a stone fruit, dude. That wildflowers, those are stone fruits. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god. My head is pounding.
What was the last 3D movie you saw? No segue.
I don't know, dude. Probably the Polar Express or something.
That was a very long time ago.
I mean, have you seen a 3D movie more recently than that?
Yes.
Really? Do they still make those?
I don't know, but you only said more recently, and I think Avatar was more recently than Polar
Express. Oh, that's right. I forgot that was a 3D.
So I think for me it was, I worked at the movie theaters like late 2000s.
Okay. That was when it was big.
I think that was when the peak times. And so like I was one of those guys who like was an usher, but I would just like clean the theater. So like you just dick around.
Yeah.
Between
Ursher. Christian's an Ursher.
Ursher. And so I would just go like have a little like in my pocket always some 3D glasses, and I would just go in movies and like watch 3D movies.
They're not in 3D. You're just wearing them anyways.
Yes.
And you have the little leg of the glasses sticking out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like old people do that, so you don't forget.
Actually, no, I had the old librarian chain with
Oh yes, dude. Whoop. Quick access.
Let me put on my glasses for reading.
You're like, I feel like I'm just seeing this in whatever 3D time zone we're in. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know, dude. I think wasted.
Avatar is the best movie to see in 3D.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
I haven't seen the second one. I couldn't.
My issue with 3D is I don't wear contacts or anything.
Yeah.
And so
you're just wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I have to put the glasses on the glasses because otherwise I can't see. So it's like, it's just blurry blue and red.
Can you get prescription 3D glasses?
Now we can at dogteeth.com. Promo code.
Dog teeth necklace. Come on.
Puppydogteethnecklace.com. Again, with the long names. You can cut it in half, but I guess we're just going to go with it. Remain, roam, return / puppydogteeth.com.
/necklaces.
/necklaces /3D glasses. I think we got some good merch ideas here.
Prescription 3D glasses.
Prescription specifically. And then the chain is like for it is like $5.99.
Just paper clips put together.
Bent staples. Oh. All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Remain, Riff, Return.
Riff.
Bye.
Riff.
That's Tokyo!
Riff.
Riff.
Bye.
Bye.